Version 10. Alright, let's just double check something real quick. We're advanced. Okay, check. Full self-driving. Hey, how you doing, Duff here? Guess who has version 10? This guy. Yes, I finally have it. Those of you that watched the video to the very end that I recorded on Tuesday, I believe, you saw that on the drive home I was getting the yellow download prompt again, and what that prompt means is there's an update waiting for your car, and it prompts you to connect to Wi-Fi, and then the update will install. So I was very excited about that. So I got home, I hooked up to Wi-Fi, the arrow went from yellow to green, and then there's a screen you can go to where you can actually see the progress of the download. So I saw the download fire off, and I saw the download, there's a progress bar. The progress bar went completely green. It was finished downloading, but I never got prompted to install the update. And this is probably exactly what happened on last Saturday night as well. So after that happened, I rebooted the car. I did the hard reboot, both buttons and the brake pedal, just to see if it would try to download and install again. It did not try to install. So then I reached out through the Tesla support portal, and I actually placed a service appointment with the Sarasota service center, with no intention of actually going to Sarasota, but it was just from my past experiences with Tesla, that's one way to get their online text to look at something for you. Look, you can, I don't know how well you can see this on the GoPro. The new visualization is taking effect where it actually shows the broken line to my right, which is awesome. Never used to do that before. It used to just be solid lines everywhere. And also, I'm interested in seeing the cars coming at me. That is supposed to be part of this as well. I have so many things to test. This is going to be a long video probably. Just FYI. All right. So, anyways, I made a fake appointment with Tesla, and I also reached out to Maria, one of the remote tech advisors in Tampa, who's helped me out before, and I said, hey, you know, this is the deal. The version 10 update is downloading but not installing. What can I do? And she also forwarded my information to one of the remote tech guys as well. They reached out to me via text and asked me some questions. They asked if my Wi-Fi signal was good, if I saw any errors on the screen. Wi-Fi signal was full strength. I never get any errors when this happens. So I let them know, and they said that they were going to try to work on it remotely. So, and I got a couple messages during the day. Yeah, we're working on it. But then when I got home, they said that yes, we were successful in manually downloading the firmware to your car. You should have a prompt on the car to install it. And I looked in the app, and I did. So I did the install. It completed successfully, and now I am rolling with V10. I am not sure why all that interaction was needed. It just why it didn't just download and update itself like it normally does. But the bottom line is it's installed and working. I appreciate all the feedback I got from the last video as far as who has and has not gotten the V10 update. It definitely seemed like the people that had it outnumbered the people that did not. So that was another reason that I reached out to Tesla, because it got to the point where it seemed abnormal that I did not have the update yet. So thanks again for the feedback. I'm really liking this visualization. Now I wonder if you can turn it like I saw. You can. Look at that. You can pinch and you can change your, wow. That's kind of wild, man. Although I wonder if there's a quick way to like reset the visualization, like if you get it at an angle that you don't quite like. Okay, right there it went to the normal zoom in mode, so yeah, it looks like it kind of reset itself. Yeah, I'm digging that. That's cool. So I can zoom it. I thought I saw someone actually turn it before. Oh, you can. Wow. Look at that. It gives you some crazy perspective, doesn't it? Again, hopefully that shows up on the GoPro. I'll zoom in a little bit, I guess. But that's kind of wild. All right, we're gonna hurry up and get through this yellow light using Tesla power, Tesla torque. All right, there we go. We're through. I also got, okay, so now it's showing a double yellow on my left, which is accurate. Very cool. Now it shows it being a broken line, even though it's kind of a single solid line and a broken line. Now it's just a broken line. That's very cool. So let's put it in autopilot. I got multiple comments that autopilot behavior has improved. Specifically, some of those things that I've complained about on the video from Tuesday. You know, like the weird slowing down when a car's already out of your lane and turning. The slow acceleration when you have autopilot engaged at a full stop, and then you pull out. Oh wow! I'm watching cars come by on the visualization. Check it out. Look at that. Nice. First time ever. Yes, auto steer is still limited on this road. Wow, that's so weird seeing vehicles coming by. Although they do seem on the screen to be appearing a split second after they physically actually pass. Yeah, there is definitely a little bit of a delay. Excuse me if I don't talk, I'm just kind of watching the visualization. It's just kind of wild. So I wonder if I zoom out on that, if I still see a visualization of cars coming. You do. Okay, so that's interesting. It'll let you flip into that perspective, but it looks like it flips you back to the stock view after a little bit, which is okay. But that is kind of wild that you can spin it and zoom it out and do all that kind of cool stuff to it. Very cool. All right, so I can't really test. Well, I can, I guess. Some of the autopilot things that I'm complaining about are best tested on a multi-lane road, not just a two-lane road. Seems like I'm getting the nags a little bit. Well, I'm getting the nags a little bit more often because I'm going faster than the auto steer max rate. That's why I'm getting more nags. So that behavior has not changed, which is not surprising. Let's switch that off of there. And another thing that I found that was surprising, that other Standard Range Plus owners have told me, is because I remember I questioned if we actually would have Spotify, since Standard Range Plus owners by default do not have premium connectivity. I apologize. The other day I kept calling it enhanced connectivity. I think the official Tesla term for that is premium connectivity. So when I go to my options now, you see that I have streaming. You see that I have Spotify. I have TuneIn, karaoke. That's another version 10 feature that I have not tried. I believe that has to be done in park as well. But I have all these things that I did not have before. And obviously you saw at the beginning of the video, I have YouTube, which I think everybody gets that, I hope. And Netflix, which is kind of cool. Yeah, here's all the tuning stations, or all the streaming stations. Something I have not had since I've owned the car. Very cool. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that. Alright, so we're autopilot braking, but we need to make a right-hand turn, so we're going to disengage autopilot. And once we get on to the next road, we will... Pretty aggressive slowing down right there. Okay, so once we get in the next road, I'll turn it back on. Alright, autopilot re-engage. I think the max on this road is 50 for auto steer, so we will let it at that. First I want to see if I get a feel for how, if the nag time with Autopilot has changed at all, if it will remind you to touch the wheel more or less frequently. Okay. That seems about the same. Really liking the new visualizations. Okay, I'm just going to let it run in Autopilot here and see if I notice anything, and I'll let you know. Okay, I thought we were going to come to a complete stop there. We were almost at a complete stop. But even in that situation in the past, when you're almost at a stop, it normally will accelerate very slowly. That did seem more aggressive than I'm used to. So let's see if we come to a full stop situation. All right, so on this slow section of road, I'm watching the steering wheel prompts, and in this situation, it does seem to be prompting more often than it did previously. It seemed like I was getting the prompts every 15 seconds or so.
Turn right onto White Boulevard.
The prior version of the software that I was on, I noticed a significant increase in the amount of time between the please hold steering wheel nags. So yeah, whatever revision we're on now, it seems like they have throttled that back once again. It is something that does seem to switch back and forth. So I'm running 32.11 right now. So yeah, pretty naggy, but that's all right. It's fine. So one thing you'll notice that even though they did turn on streaming for everybody, you know, streaming music and, you know, those additional streaming apps, I still do not have satellite maps or traffic maps. That is still not turned on for my car, which is unfortunate. But if we get that premium connectivity subscription, Tesla, I'm there. But I wanted to include satellite maps and live traffic. Absolutely. And some of you may say, hey Duff, why are you complaining about not having the maps and the premium connectivity features? You know, didn't you know that with a standard range plus you don't get that? The answer is no. I did not know that. If I knew that, I might have changed my my purchase decision and went with the longer range model that has the premium features. You know, I thought all Teslas had streaming and satellite maps and all that stuff. I did not realize that I was missing out on that by going this route. So that is the reason that I mention it so frequently, because I really would like to have those features. So in this video, I'm not going to be testing, you know, one of the coolest things to me about the update, and that's the enhanced summon. That's something that I'll probably be doing a video on this weekend. No, I will not be taking it to a very busy parking lot like some idiots that you see on the internet.
Turn left onto Collier Boulevard.
And we're talking for navigation. Yeah, I forgot how to get to work again. Yeah, we won't be testing this in a very busy situation and then posting the video to YouTube and complaining that you know, the car almost got into an accident. Those people are real brain surgeons, let me tell you. No, I'll be taking it over to the school parking lot that is empty and doing some testing over there. Oh, one thing before I forget, I wanted to mention in regards to me getting the update last night. One thing I did do when I came home was I pulled my USB stick out as well, and the update was applied after that stick was out. I do not know if there was any correlation whatsoever, but I did want to point that out, that I did remove my USB drive last night prior to getting the update to install successfully. And as you can see, I have the icon back. I did reinstall it this morning. Everything seems fine. Supposedly there's now a different a directory just for Sentry mode events, which is good. Now if Tesla can just figure out how to let people watch back those events on the screen, you know, on the computer that's in your car, instead of having to pull it out and take it into the house and put it on another computer. You got a computer right here. Let's play it right here. Autopilot is now engaged again. I want to see if I can come into some of those situations that others have said that the behavior has improved. Let's see, we might be coming to a complete stop up here. Alright, so we are now in a full stop situation. And let's see how it accelerates. This suspense is killing me. Okay, waiting to go, waiting here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's definitely better. Before it would let a huge gap form. It definitely seems to be trying to match the acceleration of the car in front of you, more or less. So that's good. That's definitely an improvement. In this road here, I don't know that I'll be able to test that other issue. All right, let's try. We're going to do an autopilot turn right there. It shows you where your car is going to go. That's another improvement with the visualizations. When you make a turn on autopilot, it actually shows you an image of where your car will be in the other lane. Which I don't know if that helps you or hurts it. Well, it doesn't hurt you, but I don't know how much it helps you. It's just another cool thing, you know. That's cool. Well, obviously, if I have YouTube, the browser works. This is something else that has not ever worked. In the Standard Range Plus, the ability to pull up the browser. Another.
1,000 feet. Turn right onto David.
Shut up! Yeah, I never had the ability to work the web browser, even though it was just hidden again behind a software setting. Now, I'm going to wind up being a little bit late for work because when I got out to the car, I spent probably 5 to 10 minutes just flipping through the screens looking at stuff. So I got out of the house a little bit late, and getting out of the house late means the line at Dunkin' Donuts is longer, which means I'm going to be even later. So, oh well. Alright, I guess I can play around with some of these other settings while I'm in here. I know that there's been a million, you know, version 10 videos. I'm not going to go screen by screen, you know, do the same thing everybody else has already done. I am curious about the, let's see, where's Joe? I'm curious where that Joe mode is. Joe mode is something where the, I guess the chimes and warning sounds are less loud, I guess is the best way to say it. Less obtrusive. But I've never found them to be a problem in the first place. So parking brake is off. Yep, I know that. Sentry mode I have off. Oh, there's Joe mode. It's under safety and security. Okay. Joe mode. Enabling Joe mode reduces the volume of your car's chimes. Okay, well, that's good. Let's make sure my software is still set to advanced settings, because we want to make sure that we get updates quickly, not slowly. We don't like that. Man, so I have everything that premium connectivity has except satellite maps. Damn it. Sucks. All right. So let me stream something, because I've never streamed. Owner favorites. Oh wow. All right, let's do something that I won't get a copyright strike for.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston.
It works. My first time ever streaming in my car. Very cool. Go mode would make those chimes a little less loud. Okay, go away.
Good morning, what can I do for you?
Hi, can I get an extra large hot coffee with cream and sugar?
Extra milk and sugar?
Extra large hot coffee with cream and sugar.
You say cream and sugar?
Yes.
Something else today?
That's it. You good to go? Okay.
please.
Okay. Well, that was an awkward interaction. So while I'm waiting here in line, I did sign the papers for my solar system. And I signed them Wednesday evening, and yesterday morning, the very next morning, they already had a guy out there doing a site survey for the system, which I thought was awesome. I think these guys are not going to be dragging their feet whatsoever. The solar array is going to be huge. It's going to be like 65 feet wide. It's going to be 4 rows of panels. Each row is going to have 12 panels in it. So it's going to be a very large structure in the back of the yard. And I will be documenting it quite a bit. Okay, coffee has been secured. We can now travel the 6.1 miles remaining to get to the office. Let's go. Let's use some Tesla torque. Alright, so we sort of had one of those situations. That Jeep right there came out and went into my lane, but then he went over into that turning lane. So the car did slow down, did react, but it did not seem like it overreacted. And I didn't feel that secondary slowdown just as we were ready to pass the car. So that was another thing that supposedly was less prominent. Other people have noticed that, so maybe it is. We are at another full stop situation. Once could be a fluke, twice is a trend. Okay, truck is, oh yeah, definite difference with acceleration from a dead stop, definite difference. You know, the truck was pulling away and the car accelerated to match its speed very, very quickly. So great job, Tesla. Okay, this part of the commute is a section sometimes where you'll get that situation where someone is going into a turning lane. So I'm just going to let the camera roll here for a little bit to see if I can capture that scenario. Here goes a Tundra with a flat spotted tire. My goodness. You know, there are cars going into the turning lane, but to duplicate the scenario that I talk about, it has to be the car that's directly in front of you. That's what would trigger the behavior. Another thing I'll be interested in testing is on the way home, there's certain spots, intersections that still present issues when going through them, where the car wants to track in a way that does not seem correct. So I'm going to see if that acts any different with this version of Autopilot. Alright, so I think that this is all the filming I'm going to do this morning. Like I said, there's a couple situations on the way back that I want to test with this latest version of Autopilot. So I will be back then. And I'm gonna be breaking some of these features into their own videos, you know, because I don't need to have half-hour long videos. So, but I will be back next time you see me. The weekend will have started. All right, welcome to the weekend. So now we are coming up on some spots where Autopilot has been a little bit flaky for me at times in the past. So I want to see how it performs. We have it engaged. I'll keep my hand here, just keeping the side pressure on the wheel so I don't get the nags. But I'm not going to be doing any active steering unless I need to. Again, I am enjoying that we are pulling out quicker. Oh, one thing that I heard today, I watched a little bit of a video from Dirty Tesla, his channel. He said that another change and improvement in Autopilot is like when you're on a highway and you're passing a tractor trailer that might be hugging the left side a little bit, or a big vehicle in general. In the past, the way Autopilot would work is it would not care. It looked at the lines and only the lines, and that's all that it reacted to. Now, evidently, in that situation, it will actually nudge itself over a little bit to give the car a little bit extra space, which is what a human being would normally do as well. So I think that's pretty awesome. Very good change. There's a lot of behaviors, or if you had someone in your right lane that was not paying attention and they're drifting over, the car obviously needs to move over to accommodate that situation. All right, here we go through an intersection. This intersection right here is never a problem. Is it the next one? I believe it's the next one that has pretty pronounced dotted turning lines on the ground, and a lot of times, especially if I'm in the left-hand lane here, it will want to start to follow them for whatever reason. Right. People are putzing around. Okay, here we go. Car cleared out. All right. All right, we're gonna go for it. Okay, have my hand here. Not doing anything. Okay, good. That's much better than it normally does. Usually you'll get a veer to the left, and more often than not, I grab it and I take it out of autopilot mode because it cuts that hard. That I believe that's the first time that it did not try to do that. So that's cool, and I didn't really have a car very close to me for autopilot to even use to kind of track either. It did that by itself. I once again have autopilot engaged. We are in pretty decent traffic here. People heading home. And let's see what we can do here. Oh, we need to increase our speed first of all. Alright, let's do a lane change. Watch the visual. I should be home by 5:35. That's wonderful. I want to be in this lane because I want to see if we get someone that turns left to get an idea if that behavior is significantly different than it was before. Although some people have told me that it is, so I believe you. I believe you. But I just want to see it for myself. Okay, let's run through the intersection. Uneventful, very good. Pulling up on my left, and I'm going to turn while he's there. Okay, car sees it, lets him pass, and tucks me in nicely into this lane, no problem. Quite a bit of traffic. Okay, here we go. That Jeep is turning left. Let's see what the car does. Slowing down. Okay, it backed off. It didn't do a secondary slowdown, and it's recovering back to traffic speed quickly. So it definitely feels like it handles that situation where a car is turning out of your lane. It does the same thing or used to do the same thing if a car is turning left out of your lane or right out of your lane. But I also had that situation this morning and it felt better. So I think they have adjusted that behavior. That's awesome. Really is fun messing with this view. I kind of wish it would let it. I can understand why it wants to revert it back to the normal view, just to make sure that the driver has the most appropriate view for safety and everything. But it would be nice if they could leave it on this different view for a little bit longer. Seems like it lets it on that view for about, I don't know, less than 10 seconds, and then it slowly just rotates back to where it was. Okay, we're going to do one more lane change here. I'm going to try to slide in right in there. Car's braking to slow down. All right. Smooth. It seems like in general that it's the acceleration, the braking, the lane changing, it seems like everything has been kind of smoothed out a little bit. It's not quite as jerky. Often when you were doing braking, the car would not slow down, and then slow down really hard. It would like kind of hit the hooks hard instead of being more gradual with it like a human would be. And I can tell you in this this traffic situation here, it definitely is acting better, not only with acceleration but also with the braking behavior. Definitely feels better. Let's see if this works. I don't think this will, but we're gonna see what it does. Yeah, didn't like that because there's not really good line markings. It just saw the wheel just go crazy and disengage autopilot. So I didn't think it would be able to take that turn, but thought we'd give it a shot. And even with prior versions of Autopilot, this section of the commute home is where it really shines. There's limited stoplights, 3 lanes of traffic. Speed limit's 50 miles an hour. It does fantastic in these situations. So this is going to wrap up my initial feelings about version 10. Most of this has been regarding how Autopilot feels. But like I said, I'm going to be testing some of the other features that interest me more this weekend, especially enhanced Autopilot. That'll be very interesting. So look for that coming up soon. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. Sorry that I'm so late to the version 10 game, but you know, not much I can do about it. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you might as well hit the notify bell over there. That's going to let you know of future videos when they're released. But that's all I have for you for now. It's the weekend. Happy Friday. Until next time, Duffman out. Premium connectivity subscription. We want it. We'll pay for it. Give it to us now.